Stock futures rose early Thursday morning as investors appeared to dismiss Meta Platforms' disappointing results. ServiceNow's shares soared more than 10% after an earnings decline. Futures linked to the Nasdaq 100 traded 0.41% higher, while S&P 500 futures were up 0.53%. Futures linked to the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 183 points, or 0.57%. Stocks were mixed in Wednesday's regular trading session as traders digested disappointing earnings reports from Alphabet and Microsoft and assessed what that means for future Federal Reserve rate hikes and economic growth. Both the Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500 posted three-day gains, finishing 2.04% and 0.74% lower, respectively. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed marginally higher, rising 2.37 points to 31,839.11 and ending its fourth straight positive session since September. For the week, all major averages remain in positive territory, with the Dow and S&P up more than 2% and Nasdaq up about 1%. The Dow is on track for its fourth consecutive positive week since its 5-week streak ended in November 2021. Investors are still struggling for direction and want clarity with respect to earnings and what the Fed will do going forward, said Adam Sarhan, CEO of 50 Park Investments. Remember, the market is a forward-looking mechanism and the earnings reports tell us what happened in the past. Investors want clarity and certainty. Right now, we still have a lot of uncertainty on multiple levels. Big tech earnings continue Thursday with results from Amazon and Apple. Intel, McDonald's, Merck and Caterpillar earnings are also on deck. Along with earnings, investors have their sights on an advanced reading of third-quarter gross domestic product expected to offer further clues into the state of the U.S. economy. Weekly initial jobless claims and durable goods claims for September are also scheduled for Thursday. Stocks and bonds are having a hard time. Give these strategies a try, say Goldman and others. Both stocks and bonds have struggled this year, leaving investors with few alternatives. Analysts share their strategies for succeeding in these trying conditions, including one behind the success of an index that was almost a mirror image of losses in the S&P 500 index. These all-weather stocks can protect your portfolio in a recession, says one outperforming fund manager. Top Wall Street executives say a recession is coming. But these three stocks will work in any type of economic environment, says Ford Asset Management's Brian Arsazi. The portfolio manager, whose funds have outperformed the market this year, shared how investors can recession-proof their portfolios. Big tech earnings continue on Thursday, with results from Amazon and Apple to be released after the bell. Investors have been watching the tech giants closely for signs of a bottom as rising interest rates steer investors out of growth territory. Given their sheer scope and size, these stocks also have a tendency to swing markets. So far this season, reports from Microsoft and Alphabet have painted a disappointing picture for the sector. The Google parent fell more than 9% on Thursday after falling sales and profits, while Microsoft slumped almost 8% on weak cloud earnings. When Apple reports results on Thursday, investors will be paying close attention to details on iPhone 14 sales and how the latest model is faring amid a worrying macro picture. ServiceNow, Align Technology moved to profit. Companies that reported earnings numbers after the bell were among the stocks making the biggest moves in extended trading on Wednesday. The news propelled other cloud stocks higher, including Arista Networks, which gained more than 8%. Invisalign maker Align Technology plunged more than 19% on a failure in sales and earnings, with earnings per share 82 cents below expectations. Meta down 19% on disappointing outlook, missing gains. Meta Platforms reported adjusted earnings per share of $1.64 on revenue of $27.71 billion. Analysts polled by Refinitiv had expected earnings of $1.89 per share on sales of $27.38 billion. The tech giant also posted its second straight drop in sales. For the fourth quarter, the company expects revenue of between $30 billion and $32.5 billion, compared to consensus estimates of $32.2 billion. Meta Platforms faces a number of challenges, including headwinds from Apple's privacy changes and a difficult advertising environment as recession fears mount. Nasdaq 100 futures open lower, S&P and Dow futures rise. Stock futures opened mixed in overnight trading on Wednesday. Futures linked to the Nasdaq 100 fell 0.2%. While S&P 500 futures and futures linked to the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.12% and 0.22%, respectively.